Do presidential elections affect the housing market? And if so, how does this presidential election compare to past ones? Hi, I'm Mike Doggett from Windermere Real Estate Citigroup. Over these next 3 weeks, I am going to share the local real estate trends, active listings and pending listings, as well as a snapshot of the mortgage interest rates. Personal finance writer Dana George recently wrote an article sharing what experts say about how elections affect our housing market. Historically, potential home buyers have become a bit nervous about making a decision as significant as a home purchase during election time. As a result, home sales slow. In the meantime, looking back at previous election cycles, we see that mortgage rates decreased in the months leading up to 8 of the last 11 presidential elections. We are definitely experiencing a slowdown in our local Spokane market, and it is occurring during a time of the year when we see a normal slowdown anyway. However, mortgage rates have been slowly climbing since the Feds made the half-point interest rate cut in September, so we are going into this election with higher interest rates. Most experts expect multiple interest rate drops over the next year, with talk of it being in the mid to lower 5% range by the end of 2025. One thing is for sure, since COVID, things have definitely been different, and this election cycle has definitely fallen into that category of not normal. But I am confident that regardless of the outcome of our election, once our interest rates get below 6%, we will start to see a lot more activity in our market. Now, let's look at some historical national data that I obtained from the National Association of Realtors, Freddie Mac, and Housing and Urban Development. In this chart I put together, it shows that 9 out of the last 11 elections dating back to 1980, home sales went up in the year after the election. I truly believe that 2025 will be a stellar year for real estate in our Spokane market. In this next chart, I have added in what the average mortgage interest rates were during those same election years, going back to 1980. The first thing that struck me was, take a look at those average interest rates in 1981. As bad as things might seem right now, it could always be worse. Though we are going into this election with higher interest rates, I am confident that we will see rates drop down into the mid 5% range next year. Now let's take a look at what our local market and mortgage interest rates look like today. First, a quick look at interest rates. With economic data being stronger than expected, including a better than expected jobs report and another report showing higher consumer demand and spending, there was a shift in the market's expectations which sent the bond yields higher. It seems that as long as we consumers have jobs and are spending money, the interest rates will be slow in coming down. Take a glance at what our local real estate market looks like. As of this morning, there are 2,219 residential active listings in our local MLS when I leave out all the other search criteria except all active listings. I went back to see how this compares to what I reported on in February 28th of 2024, and comparing apples to apples, I reported a total of 866 active residential listings in our MLS. That is a huge difference in the available inventory. Pending listings this morning are 830 compared to 774 during that same time frame. That is it for this week's market update. I hope you have found this information useful. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and if you have any additional questions about real estate or the home buying or selling process, you can comment below or contact me directly. I'd be honored to help guide you through the real estate process. Please share this with anyone you know who may be considering a move to our beautiful Spokane County area. Next week, Election Week, I am going to look at how the election may have affected the numbers. Or perhaps, quite like our interest rates, The numbers were already baked into the market during the weeks and the months leading up to the elections. We'll see. Once again, thanks for taking the time, and we'll talk soon.